Mr. Speaker, fellow representatives, good morning. Mr. Speaker, this representation rises in a manner of personal and collective privilege. I wish to speak on the assertion made last week by Chinese Ambassador Wu Hong'er that the $530 million North Wales project is above board and just and legal. This assertion was made last public through media reports all week last week. Mr. Speaker, in this project building the North Wales, China has taken full advantage of the Philippines, and the Philippine government led by President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo allowed this to happen. The North Wales is being built from Caloocan to Clark Air Base, Pampanga, to the Subic Freeport, Zone in Zambales, and there's an extension from Caloocan to Port Bonifacio, and another from Clark heading toward Fort Point in Lamon. All the parts of the project are in the midst of implementation at various levels. What is clear, however, is that the construction is being hurried. Why? Because as the project is being built, the numerous anomalies and violations the project proponents are guilty of are being exposed. Close scrutiny of the contract between the Philippines and China will expose the project as onerous, and that it constitutes a full-scale betrayal of national sovereignty and the welfare of the Filipino poor. The loan contract between the Philippines and China, titled Buyer Credit Loan Agreement number BLA 04055, between the Export-Import Bank of China and Department of Finance of the Republic of the Philippines for the North Wales Project, Phase 1, Section 1, stands as the official document on which the financial aspect and actual construction plans of the project is based. The terms and conditionalities stated in this contract, as well as the responsibilities of both contracting parties, are shocking and cause for national outrage. It's patently clear that the provision on the loan conditionalities alone are enough to drive the country even deeper in debt. At the minimum, the Philippines will be paying double the amount it is borrowing, and the country's foreign debt, already pegged at $57 million, will again grow exponentially if debt payments are due. The following compatible conditions are also stated in this contract. Number 1, the Philippines cannot cancel or rescind its part of the contract. Second, all the taxes and fees for various payments necessary for the construction and completion of the project will be shouldered by the Philippines. The laws to govern the contract will be the laws of China and not of the Philippines. And in the case of any follow-up, the Philippines can be charged by Chinese courts. Also, that the Philippines takes control over its assets. This means that the Chinese government can carry and take control over the assets of the Philippines, with the extension of diplomatic missions, military installations, and facilities that are for public use. Apart from this, China can also take control of the Philippines' natural resources, as well as government-owned and controlled corporations and the like. Any loss in profit, financial damages, and other expenses that will be incurred as a result of the failure of the Philippines to obey the provisions of the contract will be covered by the Philippines. Mr. Speaker, mga kagalang-galang na tinatawag, ang Philippine National Railways ay isang pampublikong industriya sa transportasyon na dapat sana nagsisilbi sa mamamayan bilang bahagi ng serbisyong panlipunan. Ngunit dahil taksis sa interes ng sambayanan ang pagkaroting ni Arroyo, ang solusyon nito ay ang patakarang privatisasyon, imbis na serbisyong panlipunan. Dahil sa privatisasyon, walang pusong ginigiba ang mga bahay ng libu-libong maralita. Mabigyan daan lamang ang maanimalya at makaisang panig na proyekto. The Philippine government's involvement in this contract with China constitutes a national betrayal as the government surrenders national sovereignty and patrimony to China. The Philippine government led by Mr. Arroyo has put up the country's natural resources and other assets as collateral, and financial guarantee for a project that will not benefit the Filipino people, but instead provide greater convenience to foreign investors at the expense of Philippine law and the welfare of hundreds of thousands of residents. Finally, Mr. Speaker, this representation would like to assert that the President is impeachable for signing this contract with China. She abused her authority as executive and bypassed the authority of other branches of government to scrutinize and decide on the nature of this contract and its impact not only on the economy, the country's foreign policy, but on the very lives and future of millions of Filipinos. This issue alone, when fully exposed and explained to the public, is enough to convince those remaining Filipinos who have not yet taken a stand to demand President Arroyo's impeachment and immediate removal from office. This approval of this anomalous project is included in the impeachment complaint and Akpawit report. The same complaint that will be heard is coming Wednesday. This is all, Mr. Speaker and fellow representatives. Thank you and good morning.